Imagine waiting 2 centuries for a place to call home. That's the grim reality for families on Bath and Northeast Somerset Council's social housing list, who face a staggering 200-year wait for a 4-bedroom property. But here's where it gets even more alarming. England is currently building just over 10,000 social homes annually, a drop in the ocean compared to the soaring demand. This crisis has thrust Labour's ambitious pledge to construct 1.5 million homes over 5 years into the spotlight, with the government announcing a £39 billion plan to build 300,000 affordable homes over a decade, 60% earmarked for social rent. Sounds promising, right? But here's where it gets controversial. Progress is grinding to a halt, and hopes of meeting these targets are fading fast. In London, house building has all but stalled, prompting Housing Secretary Steve Reed and Mayor Sadiq Khan to unveil a divisive package that slashes the percentage of affordable units required for fast-track sites from 35% to 20%. While Reed hails this as a shot in the arm for the capital's construction, homelessness campaigners are skeptical. Mary McRae of Shelter demands a firm guarantee that these changes will result in more social housing, not less. The package also includes £322 million for a City Hall Developer Investment Fund and low-cost loans via the new National Housing Bank, part of a broader overhaul of planning laws to accelerate construction and boost the economy. Yet, despite these efforts, progress remains achingly slow. England delivered 231,300 new homes in the year to September, up from 186,600 the previous year, still far short of the 300,000 annual rate needed to hit Labour's 1.5 million goal, a pace unseen since 1970. And this is the part most people miss. Khan, who grew up in a council flat, sums up the crisis as a perfect storm fueled by high interest rates, soaring construction costs, pandemic fallout, and Brexit repercussions. Add to that a shortage of skilled workers and new regulations, and the challenges multiply, especially for the social housing sector, where profits are inevitably lower. Shelter and the National Housing Federation estimate England needs 90,000 social homes annually, but in the financial year to March 2024, just 10,153 of the 63,743 affordable homes completed were for social rent. The rest? Shared ownership, rent-to-buy, and affordable rent schemes, which often fall short of truly meeting low-income needs. Historically, councils built, owned, and managed these homes, but housing associations now dominate, though their supply has dwindled as they grapple with falling rent income, rising borrowing costs, and hefty bills for energy-efficient upgrades, fire safety fixes, and repairs to aging properties. Awad's law, introduced this week, adds urgency by mandating emergency repairs within 24 hours. This comes on top of years of underinvestment since the coalition government axed funding for social rent housing in 2011, a policy that ended 5 years later, but whose effects linger. Another hurdle? Linking new builds to housing associations or councils to manage them. The Home Builders Federation reveals that 10,000 social or affordable homes in England and Wales lack contracts with social landlords, leaving them stalled or empty. Without these agreements, delivery grinds to a halt, warns an HBF spokesperson, pushing housing targets further out of reach. Here's a thought-provoking question. Could the quality of new homes be compromised amid worker shortages and scandals over shoddy construction? Fiona Fletcher-Smith, CEO of Housing Association L&Q, admits, "We've had to say no, not good enough to some builders, prioritizing quality over quantity." Worker shortages span roofers to surveyors, with construction cost inflation at 40% and materials, like cement, in short supply. Anthony Codling of RBC Capital Markets highlights an aging workforce, with the average bricklayer aged 56 and too few young trainees to replace them, a gap exacerbated by Brexit's impact on skilled European workers. Densification, or building more units per square meter, has been floated as a solution, but it's a delicate balance. In Basingstoke, Sovereign Network Group, S&G, faces opposition from residents wary of high-density family housing in multi-story blocks. Their 30-year regeneration project aims to revamp 4,600 homes, but hand-drawn sketches of 5- to 6-story apartment blocks have sparked anxiety. Demolition would destroy our community, says 79-year-old resident Maggie Hardy, echoing concerns about losing the sense of belonging. S&G promises to listen, holding meetings with residents before finalizing plans, but uncertainty lingers. Here's the silver lining. Despite challenges, some see green shoots. Labour's measures, backed by £16 billion for the National Housing Bank and rent flexibility for social landlords, are gaining traction. L&Q's Fletcher Smith, after halting construction in 2024 due to a cash crisis, is now upbeat about starting 2,000 new homes next year. "We have a government that gets the scale of the problem and wants to fix it," she says. Yet, as one Ministry of Housing spokesperson puts it, "We're getting spades in the ground. The question remains, will it be enough?" What do you think? Are Labour's targets achievable, or is the housing crisis too deeply rooted? Share your thoughts in the comments. Let's spark a conversation that could shape the future of housing in the UK.